It's really very exciting, and I bet exciting to work with Sean Penn.
Yes, very exciting. It was, guy's a legend. Yeah, I mean, there's very few people who are that good at their job. So yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking at first, but I ended up having a really nice time with that guy. So,
do you as an actor still learn from other actors? I mean, you're at the top of your game too.
Yeah, of course. That'd be so boring if I, you know what I mean? That's what makes it so fun. That's what makes anything fun.
And with Sean Penn on the set, I imagine that's a masterclass.
Yeah, totally. I mean, without getting into like the boring technical details, I remember I think we were filming one scene and it was kind of, and it wasn't a very exciting scene, and he had some sort of like throwaway look that he did, and I was like, man, that's awesome. Like, how do you do that? Yeah, it was really impressive.
Yeah, that's something for your actor's bag of tricks later.
Yeah, but it's just, it's like a weird alchemy. It's like I don't even know if I could do that if I tried.
Now, tell me a little bit about the series. How did you find it? How did it find you? And what about it, did you want to accomplish?
Listen, and I really mean this. I was just lucky enough that Jordan Tapas and Beau Willimon, the creator of House of Cards, would have me. I've known Jordan, the producer, for almost 20 years at this point, and so I was just really fortunate that they would bring me on to work with them in whatever capacity. And look, for that show and what they're trying to do with it, I would have come on to be an extra. I would have brought Mr. Penn his coffee. So.
And the genre of sci-fi has changed a lot. I think with production companies like Hulu, who are willing to push envelopes, willing to do more. We're not looking at our grandfather's science fiction, are we? These are in-depth character studies.
Yeah, that part's really cool, to watch sort of like nuanced storytelling, especially in the medium of television, where you get a lot more time and breathing room to sort of like figure out who the characters are, and for an actor, I think that becomes like a really exciting prospect as well.
Did you do any kind of backstory study on your character?
No. I mean, listen. We were fortunate enough that we had some access. We had quite a bit of access to some astronauts at NASA, and I was introduced to. I didn't get to interact with them a lot. Of someone who actually was a helicopter pilot who came over to be a pilot for NASA. So. Yeah, and they were very sort of generous with the information they gave us.
Now, you personally, are you looking forward to maybe hopping behind the camera here and there and directing?
I've thought about it. It's a really hard job, and and a lot of actors think, well, I've been in front of it, I can do it. It's not very easy. I went to film school, and the truth is I think I ended up being an actor because I'm the laziest filmmaker in the world. You know what I mean? I'm just a really lazy filmmaker. I'm like, sure, I'll just stand here and say these things if you need me to.
Yeah, you have to edit too when it's all encompassing when you take on a project.
Yeah, and you have to be prepared to be hated too, if you're really good at it,
And again, what are audiences going to take from the new series?
I hopefully the thing that they take away from it is sort of I don't want to speak for the filmmaker's intentions, but for me, it's like anything that will get any one of us to go and like lay underneath the stars in our backyard and imagine the possibility of what we could do collectively as a species is inevitably a positive thing.
Are you a fan of science fiction?
Yes, I am. When it's done really well, yes. I think some of my favorite movies, especially in the last 10 to 15 years, could be classified as science fiction.
And they seem to be as I said before, they seem to be more about character now than they are about, ray guns and robots.
Yeah, totally. I mean, and I was just about to say this, but like Children of Men is one of my favorite movies of definitely the last 20 years. And, that I think that technically falls under the category of sci-fi. I mean, one of the greatest movies made, you know? So, yeah, I think when it's done really well, like, there's a lot of themes to explore that are endlessly fascinating. I mean, Black Mirror, for example, you know? Some of the best TV on.
Yeah, and again, you know, with the freedom that we have now in all of these production companies, that, you know, you don't have to deal with censors, you don't have to deal with pleasing sponsors and all of that. The writing is freer, deeper, and I think better.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's interesting because, like, they keep saying, I keep hearing this thing called, like, peak TV, but I think that that's some doom and gloom that's not really going to occur. And I think inevitably what you'll end up seeing is, like, which is needed to happen for a while, is like the quality of things will just inevitably rise to the top, and that's what will be the most successful. So there's a democratization sort of in the art form right now, which is really interesting to be a part of.
Well, I'm glad we had a chance to catch up and talk. Again, the series is The First. You can catch it on Hulu. Can we binge watch it yet, or is it?
Yes, it's on Hulu right now. It's been out, I believe, since September 14th, and all 8 episodes of the first season. So.
Wow. And are you going into season 2 now?
I think so. I don't know yet. I think so. We're supposed to hear relatively soon, but yeah, look, man, I don't know. I think so, though.
James, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I know our time is short this morning. And all the best, and I hope to catch up with you sometime down the road.
Thank you.